What's going on, guys? Don Ross with Patriot Business Systems, and today we're going to walk through a step-by-step on how to send out a text message with clients that you are following up with, making phone calls, and receiving a no answer. So we'll walk through how to set up that automation, what that looks like, and then some things to consider while you're setting that up. In some of our last videos, we've talked about how we can drop voicemails, how we can add them to a dialer. So this will go kind of hand in hand with making phone calls, following up with your potential clients, and then how you can engage them with a text message. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and pull up our high-level system. So if you're dialing out, you kind of have two different spots. You can be doing it through the phone system here, or we can do it through the manual actions and the power dialer that they have here. So that's two different ways that the dialing can be done. And then based off of some filters you can set if you want this text message to go out. We'll be doing this under the automation section. So today specifically, it'll be a fairly simple text message automation, dropping when nobody answers and it's a no answer outbound call. And then we can kind of talk through what that looks like. So you can see here, power dialer, voicemail drop. We did the videos on that stuff, or voicemail drop here. And then the text message side of things right here. So if we go into this, it's going to be a triggered flow based off of an outbound call. So outbound call, status of no answer. And then the next step is going to be to send out a text message. Under here with this feature, we can click on contact and put in some variables such as name and address, pull in custom fields, things of that nature to make it more custom message specific to the client that you're reaching out to. Now, some of the wording that I have in this message, purchasing. You're going to want to look, I will post it at some point here, but you can always look on Twilio's recommended text messaging policies and procedures to follow when you're texting out. If you're using Lead Connector, take a look at what they have out there, and then we'll start having some videos around this too. But there are some key words that you definitely want to make sure that you're not doing a ton of. And so purchasing, selling, buying, things of that nature, be careful with how much of that you're sending out. You could potentially get your account flagged. I'm bringing this up because you can see that I've got that word here in this text message. We've been able to get out and send text messages and send it to quite a few clients and have no issues, but there's a big difference between sending it out to 10 people versus sending it out to 1,000 people. Keep that stuff in mind when you're sending it out, and if you get a warning, understand that's likely what you're getting the warning on, some of the wording and things of that nature. Now, when you're sending or setting up this automation, you can see here you could test it. So if you have your cell phone and you want to test it out, see what it looks like, you can do that. The other way to do it, and the way that I typically do it, is I'll put a contact record inside of the high-level system, our Patriot Business sales system, and I will create a contact. I'll put myself into the dialer. I'll do the no answer. I'll test out the text message and make sure that everything's working. So with that said, one other thing to keep in mind is under settings, something that you may want to look at is should they be allowed to re-enter into this workflow. So if you're dialing and you dial out to them 2, 3, 4, 5 times and you click no answer, should this happen every single time? Should there be any time zone specific to it, this time zone for the account, or should it be contact time zone? And then specific time window. So you got to take into account, are you dialing early in the morning, late at night? Are you outside of time zones that you should be dialing? Take that stuff into account in some of your automations as you're setting this stuff up. All right, so under the power dialer, if we go ahead and say let's start, it's going to start dialing out. I will end the call here in a second after it starts dialing. All right, so the dial happened. We click no answer. That worked. If we go back to the contact card, you can see I was testing it earlier. I sent it out, I replied. It just sent it out. Obviously it's working here. But this is what that looks like. Now, some other additional kind of maybe thoughts behind the automation. If you're in here and doing automations, especially if you're doing a dialer type thing, you may want to think about, hey, next step, do we want to think about, hey, if there was no answer, should we maybe put that thing back into the manual dialer? So you save action, it's going to get put back into the manual dialer. Now, you could put in a wait step. So we could put in a wait step of, 3 hours from now, put it back into the manual dialer. A day from now, put it back into the manual dialer. Those are some things that you might want to think about. Now, I would map this stuff out. I like to use mind maps. Some people like whiteboards, things of that nature. Figure out what your sales process looks like and what that journey should look like for your potential clients as you're kind of moving them through from a prospective client to a qualified lead, setting those appointments, making the offers, and then closing that deal. What does that journey look like? And then set up some of these workflows around that. And, we can help with that. If it's something that you would like help with, obviously reach out to us over at Patriot Business Systems with an S at the end.com. We've got a spot there where you can chat with us. You can schedule a 15-minute discovery call. We can figure out if it makes sense for us to work together, have us put some of that stuff together for you and talking through what that looks like for your business. If you want to have something set up through the high level that we offer, we can certainly do that. We also offer it to where if you're already got a high level, there's something that we can put together and build out. We also do this stuff on Podio. So if you're a Podio user, reach out to us. If you've got questions around this type of automation, sales systems, processes, shoot us a text, 262-300-2882. If you shoot us a text with some questions, we'll make some video content around it. We'll reply back, let you know that we've created a video, send you a link to it, and then answer your question that way as well. So again, 262-300-2882. Otherwise, Patriot Business Systems, S on the end.com. Reach out on the chat feature or schedule a call, and let's figure out if it makes sense to work together. All right, guys, take care.